Welcome to this Thursday edition of Monday Thursday. A little over a year ago, while I was driving down the interstate, there was a suitcase on the side of the road, and it had sat there for a week. So I had to investigate. One of the very few treasures that made me chuckle was these gloves. These gloves made me go back in time, all the way back to college. We had an intramural football team. And as football players, my buddies and I were average, maybe a little below average. But I knew that what I needed to be great was a pair of gloves. Yes, these gloves would make me much better, but the cheapest pair that I could find were around $70, which is way too much on a college budget. So I kissed intramural football greatness goodbye. This is the thought that made me laugh to myself while I was standing on the side of the interstate. The gloves, now free, would have made no difference in my ability to catch the ball, unless maybe I added a healthy dose of stickum. My best with the gloves was still horrible. These gloves on the hands of Jerry Rice? Well, now you're talking. That would be perfect. It's not the gloves that make the receiver. It's the receiver that makes the gloves. I would need Jerry Rice's arms and legs and hands and maybe the gloves just to be a little better. This is the exchange that I would need. His for mine. And not only is this unrealistic, it's just downright silly to consider. How does this relate to Jesus? One of my favorite New Testament passage is 2 Corinthians 5:21. Martin Luther called this the great exchange. Why? Well, it says, "For our sake God made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him." For the believer, an exchange took place. In my case, the exchange was Christ became my righteousness. Christ in my place. Christ took my sorrow and my shame, and there's plenty of that to go around. And he gave me his perfect righteousness. This is the exchange. My best righteousness, Isaiah says, is filthy rags compared to Jesus. Jerry Rice for me? Oh, that's unrealistic. Christ for me? That's a realistic exchange. Christ in my place. And I will take that all day, every day. Soli Deo Gloria.